Mine, just thought I'd catch up with you quick, because I think next month, it's 3 years since you hung up your gloves.
Yeah, it is, yeah, 220, wasn't it? December 220, yeah.
Has that gone quick?
Flies, mate. When you think about it, I suppose everything does though, doesn't it? In hindsight, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, yeah, 3 years, I mean, but then when it has flew, but then when I do think a lot's happened in them 3 years, do you know what I mean? So,
well, that's what I'm going to talk to you about, because we've just seen you working with 4 of your lads. You've got a new kid come on board, Adam, who's been with you from the beginning, Jack McGann down there, and Jack Flatley, who joined you a few months ago. But has it been hard? Because they always say, you got to boxing the highest level for a long time. Has it been hard to handle retirement, or have you actually just enjoyed it?
No, I've enjoyed it, mate, to be honest with you. I mean, I wasn't in love with it a couple of years before I retired, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was only waiting for that last opportunity, and it come, and obviously it didn't go my way. Like, boxing for me was just a job.
Yeah.
It's all it was, a way of providing for my family. And I wanted to achieve obviously great things. But as soon as I knew I couldn't achieve anything higher, like, which was a world title, that last fight with Billy Joe Saunders, I didn't just want to stay in the game just for earn a few quid here and there, and kind of be a stepping stone for somebody, or
a gatekeeper.
Yeah, I'm being fights for being hard fights with people who years before I'd have handled easy. Do you know what I mean? And it was the same in sparring. It's the same in sparring. Sparring towards the end, it got tough for me against people who years before they wouldn't have been able to get anywhere near me. Do you know what I mean? So it's wasn't only hard on me physically, with obviously me injuries I was carrying, and how much it took me to recover from sessions, but it was hard on me mentally as well. So it was an easy decision, and I'm lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones really when they said a professional boxer who's fought for world titles who doesn't miss boxing, and I don't miss it. I am involved in it obviously with training lads, but in regards to me missing fighting and things like that, I don't miss it at all.
Was it fun for you though, at the end of your career, to join up with your old stablemate in Jamie Moore and Nige Travis?
Oh God, yeah, it was amazing.
I just think, because you've been in the game a long time when you moved there, and unfortunately Oliver fell ill, didn't he?
Yeah.
You all went down there, trained, and you, Rocky and everyone else, but it must have just made that last few years of your boxing career fun.
It wasn't like a job then. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So like a couple of years before that, like when I was going through, when it was going legal with the Attons and all that, I was trying to get out my contract with the Attons. Like there was a lot of times where I was training flat out, hoping that they'd just call me for a fight, because we were saying in my contract I was due a fight. And so the point I'm trying to make is I was training a long time on my own every single day in the gym with Oliver. And it's hard, don't get me wrong, I love the fact I got to do that now, especially since he's gone, and it was I'd never take them days away, but what I'm trying to say is it got hard for me.
Yeah.
There were times where I'd jump in my car thinking, I'd have forced myself getting in the car, driving, I just want to turn off at every exit on motorway. I just want to go home, and I'd just be saying to myself, get to the gym, you'll be alright. To get to the gym, I'd be alright. But that's what it was like. So it was hard, it was difficult. And then I explained this to Oliver. Me and Oliver, we were like best mates, you know what I mean? And it was kind of like win together, lose together, learn together. And I explained how I was struggling, and then Jamie only had Tommy Coyle then. So obviously me and Jay go way back, and Oliver started getting Jamie. So Jamie used to come and do a session with me once a week, and it was good, it worked. And then obviously Oliver got poorly, and then I went over to Jamie and Nige. Again, me mates from old. We was in Oliver's gym together back in there 2007, and then I went over there then, and then I went a bit round the houses answering that then, but then it wasn't, I didn't have that thought, I didn't have that thought process going to a gym. It was just giving up, I couldn't wait to get in the gym, do you know what I mean?
As just a spectator, you know, obviously I work for Steve Wood and the VIP gym is in his office buildings, and I used to come down there, and suddenly that gym, as you said, he only had Tommy Coyle, and then you got turned up, and then Carl Frampton turned up, and Stephen Ward, and
Conrad,
you know,
and then Jack Cattrall, and now we've got Laurent, Chantal. It was just, it snowballed, but it was just a good gym with good people with no egos.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Honest God, I used to go in there and I'd come out smiling all the time. It's funny, I remember the day, do you remember when I lost my drone? And you and Frampton were throwing the sticks up to get it down. I have got the photo.
Yeah, Stockport steps.
Yeah. So that was brilliant. And also, the funniest thing I think I ever heard was they was talking. I think John Evans was doing an interview with Carl Frampton for 32 Red, and they were talking about the gym and gym members, and if you've got one word to say about them. First of all, I think Carl said hard, and that was when he was talking about you. And you also turned out to be his man crush. So forget being a 5-time, challenger for the world title. That's my claim to fame. Is that your?
Oh, he's a legend, Carl.
So funny.
But yeah, you know what? That was the thing. Like you think, especially Frampton, where he'd been to, the level he'd been to, and just the nicest, most humble person. When he come to the gym, and there was no ego. Everyone just got on, and there were special times and. People you say to me don't you wish you'd have had this at the start of your career? And I was just like, no, it's even better. I've got it at the end of my career when I needed it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, good times. But yeah, like I said, in regard to the boxing, I don't miss. I'm loving what I'm doing now.
Well, let's get on to what you're doing now, because you're developing a little stable here. I remember when you first started. I'm going to talk to Adam. Adam Carberry. Was your first fighter that you coached, and actually was an amateur boxer out of this gym.
First one come out of Wildcard in St Helens, my mate I'm on it who's had it. He started in 2009 with this gym in a tiny place up the road, in a tiny little hall, and now obviously he's inside this building.
Wasn't he a senior boxer when you was a
Yeah, so me and Don went same gym together. Our first trainer, Johnny Chisnall, was my first trainer, and Dom's trainer as well, one of Dom's trainers. But we used to go to gym together years ago. I was only a little nipper then, you know what I mean? But he always said to Dom when because I've always kept in contact with him, and I've always said when I retired I was going to do something here. So then obviously started 221, obviously it was still COVID and all that, wasn't it? And then Dom said, I've got this kid here, Adam Carby's looking at turning pro, so I'll come down and just started training Adam, he's had 6 fights now, and he's 6-0. He's fighting on the Gary Booth show on the 8th of December.
I'm filming it. I filmed his last fight against Sean Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well he's had it tough, mate, honestly. He's had it so tough. I've never known anybody.
Well, he should have been fighting on Gary's last show, but on the day, the guy didn't turn up.
He was on his way to weighing, and he phoned him. Weighing on the day, on his way to weighing, he phoned him and said, your opponent's not turned up. That's 4 times it's happened to him, mate, in 2 years. So he's, but he's obviously, he's a committed, dedicated lad, and he'll get there, mate.
But since he joined, since you two teamed up together, you've had a few more kids. There's 4 lads that you're working with now.
Yeah.
A kid who's on the verge of a big title fight, Jack McGann.
Yeah.
You would have known from, because he used to train with your other stablemate from years ago, Alex Matbianco.
Yeah, that's right. I sparred Jack years ago. I obviously used to go over to Matt's gym and then for sparring, because even now he's always got top sparring going on, and always he's got
the best gym in the world to go
gym.
He can walk in at any time, and there's always someone there for you to move around with.
Yeah, so we used to always go over there a lot, and then he said, I've got this kid here, he's obviously just probably a MMA fighter, just turning over boxing, want to do a few rounds with him, and I didn't expect much, to be honest with you, because I know that they do stand up and that, but when the ones that were sparred, actually there was a good I sparred a tough kid from Manchester called Matt. He still, I think he does judo now or something, but he wasn't really that good and stand up. But I sparred Jack and I thought, okay, he's alright, him, like, you know what I mean? He could punch and he was good. And then a couple of months later, I went and helped him get his licence while the boxing board control were there, you know, because they would, you know, when the gym seen how if he could fight. And then what it was I was training. I trained Kyle LaMotta. Kyle LaMotta come to me a couple of years ago, asked me to train him. So I trained Kyle for a few fights.
And Kyle helped you in your preparations for
that's right.
With Billy Joe, wasn't it?
Yeah. So he come over and then Jack was fighting, looking for sparring. Jack come over and then he was just training for the bit, and he obviously just said, "Will you?" One of his trainer who he's with got Paula, and he said, "Will you be alright training me?" So I started training him. Yeah, that was 2 years ago. That just flies, done it. But yeah, he's obviously great win for him the other week in Saudi.
Fighting the son of a legend in the
that's right.
Jr.
Yeah.
And I don't think he'd ever been stopped before.
He'd never been. I think he'd been beat 3 times, never been stopped. But he's got world-class power, Jack McGann. World-class, mate.
He's 9 wins, he's 6 stoppages.
Yeah, last 5 I think he's stopped. The 5 he's had with 2 years ago. He fought on November 2021, and I was training him towards the back end of it, but then I couldn't make his fight because I had my programme launching, my Think Fast Academy starting on that actual day, so I had to be here on that day. And then obviously he stopped that kid down at York Hall, and since then I think he's had four fights, and he stops everybody. He's a world-class puncher, and he's learning every single session, every single day. So obviously mandatory for British title now, that's just gone to purse bids. So he's that could potentially be his next fight, and he's I've got really high hopes of Jack.
Well, I've just watched Jack spar with Jack Flatley and Jack McGann. Very enjoyable to watch, but must be a great addition for you, because I know you know Jack really well. You used to train with again your former stablemate Alex McBianco, and he just needed to. I think he just needed to freshen his career up, didn't he? You know.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect place for him to come, because obviously you, Alex, and Jamie, you were all taught by the same man.
Yeah.
So you're only tweaking, aren't you? You're only tweaking what. And
that's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Look, everyone will give their own little take on it. You know, I'm just giving him my little take and my advice on what I think he needs to improve on, and helping him in certain things. And he's, it's good that he's here. So we've got obviously Jack McGann. Like Jack was meant to be sparring today but couldn't, so Jack McGann's coming in, helped him, and it's good when you've got that support, that in-house sparring. So it's good how the stables like that now. Same with obviously Neil McCubbin, this Scottish lad I've got. He's got his first fight with me. He's fighting next week in Scotland. He's similar weight to Adam.
So great sparring for them too. So
they've never sparred yet, but if we're struggling, then we know we can put them together. And same with both Jacks. We were struggling today for Jack Flatley, so Jack coming in, it's good that. But yeah, they're all working well. They're all giving me everything. So
can you see any changes that you've tried to implement with Jack? And am I going to see anything slightly different? Something that
I'll be honest with you, not yet. Not yet. Don't think it's been long enough, to be honest with you. I don't think it's clicked just yet. I think it's coming, but I don't think it's clicked properly with him. But he is getting there. Yeah, he is getting there. So I just want him boxing more. I don't want him taking shots for the sake of taking shots.
You like taking shots.
He likes balls. Yeah, he does. He loves a war, Jack, and it's kind of like since he's. Couple of months ago, he was asking for sparring, and he wasn't ready for sparring, so I was turning it down.
Yeah.
And he said, "I just feel bad," but you're not ready. You know what I mean? You've got to spar when it's beneficial for you.
Is it just a thought process that you're trying to get into him there? Because obviously he's got all the technical ability, he's super fit, but you just want him to be thinking in the right way instead of sometimes this comes through and he just comes to war when perhaps sometimes you don't need
I just want him being a little bit more clever when he's in there, you know. one being not taking shots for the sake of taking them, and another being like just being all out. I want him to be a little bit more educated in the way he approaches a fight and when he's in there, you know. Because I always see him like Jack's always been all out, all out. It's the only style he knows, but then he's kind of like dipped towards the back end, you know. He's not been able to keep it up, so I'm just trying to get him thinking a bit more on you know, educating his pressure, not taking shots for the sake of taking them, and obviously the way he's delivering his shots as well. So it's coming, mate. You know, it's. I mean, this is my first fight with him, so.
Yeah, on the 25th, you're going to be down there then,
yeah? Next Saturday, 2 weeks tomorrow, innit, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's Friday now already.
Yeah.
Listen, I know this is only going to be a quick one, but it's always lovely talking to you, lovely seeing you, and it looks like you've been in the gym a bit, mate.
Yeah, I've been doing, yeah.
That super middleweight is never going to be seen again, is it, mate?
No, that's it. They say, would you make a comeback? I couldn't make the weight.
Well, you could make cruiserweight, couldn't you?
Yeah, no, but yeah, you know what, mate, everything's good. And regarding the training now, I train obviously for myself just till I've had enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I won't push it. I think in 3 years, I think I've done 4 sessions where I've been actually pushed by somebody. Because obviously
you should be doing it now just because you want to do it and you enjoy it.
That's exactly all it is. As soon as I've had enough now, mate.
Yeah.
As soon as I've had enough, I've had enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I need to do a bit more. I need obviously cut my eating out. I'm eating like a Trojan, and obviously
I say it
doing a lot
must
of
be
weight.
hard because there's a little restaurant at front of this place, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
Cafe or whatever. But the food smells lovely, mate.
Yeah, it's alright, yeah, it's
ideal. When you try and make weight.
Yeah, it's handy. No, you know what, mate, I don't like. I'll have a little bit of dinner here, but I'll have my breakfast at home, tea at home, and yeah, I am eating a bit, like, but I'm not overdoing it. I like keeping myself in shape. I don't like eating shit. I like training, you know what I mean? So health is wealth, innit?
Well, listen, I'll see you on the 25th, and hopefully Jack will get his first win under you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Martin, take care, mate.
Nice one, mate.
Bye.
Thanks, pal.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.